our voice. They recognize the strength that we embody. And together, as a community, when we put power to our voice and we speak our truth loudly, proudly, we can then fight white supremacy and its system of oppression together. Because it's only in unity as a community that we can break down the systems of white supremacy that is oppressing us. And as much as y'all are here for us today, I want y'all to know that as long as my body stands here, Mama Duke will show up for every single person in here.
Thank you, T. And also, Mama Do is set up over there with some food. It's pay what you can, delicious, truly. And up next we have Maddie.
Hi. I want to start out by saying that it's been a while since I've spoken in front of people, and it's my first time ever speaking at an event like this, so I want to thank you for your patience and your grace as I try to fumble my way through. In the week that followed the attack in Atlanta, I, like I'm sure many people here also did, received several text messages from friends asking if I was okay, if I needed to talk or vent, extending support. And I was grateful for the offers at the time, but also pretty much unilaterally declined because I had no idea what to say. A Zoom meeting I attended in the days afterwards held space for participants to process any emotions we felt. I sat in silence in my room, headphones in, for probably 20 minutes. I don't remember what I said or if I even said anything. I think my body holds on to grief better than my mind. My mind tells me not to center myself in this tragedy, to remind myself that the context matters, the intersectionality of it matters, that the violence was inflicted on women who were working class, immigrants vulnerable in ways that I am privileged not to be. That the violence cannot be divorced from the broader context of white supremacy, of American imperialism in the East, that the seeds of this shooting were planted and took root in this country long ago. And yet, I am standing in my kitchen, and yet I am cooking dinner and smacking a spoon against my hand, trying not to cry. My hands hold on to this thing, because even with everything my mind is telling me, even as I take a step back and know how important it is to see the big picture of it, smaller, unimportant memories slip through my fingers before I can catch and stop them. It's getting called a Ching Chong China doll at the Walgreens on Lombard. I'm Vietnamese also, by the way. It is strange men dropping into my Instagram messages saying, "Lai so dat, mixed girl so pretty," calling me names in a language I am ashamed to not know, and yet am horrified to be addressed like that in by strangers. It is the description of a tiny Asian girl in the stage directions. It is the my Asian babe or my little Asian. It is me wondering if it is my proximity to whiteness, or is it my exoticness, or is it just part of being a woman or a femme-presenting person in this world to be told by a man that if he really wanted, he could rape me, and there is nothing I would be able to do about it. Which is it? What is more West? What is more white than the desire to claim, to possess? Can I separate the moments a man has wanted to possess my body from the moments in history that men have wanted to possess the continent from which it came? In my head, the mind that cannot hold on to grief so it turns into anger, it starts to add up. 1950, a white man has a bad day and fires on refugees in Korea. 1968, a white man has a bad day and massacres a village in Vietnam. 1970, a white man has a bad day and massacres another village in Vietnam. 1982, a white man has a bad day and beats a Chinese man to death because he thinks he's Japanese. 2021, a white man has a bad day. I don't care what kind of day the white man is having. I do not care about what the white man thinks or feels anymore. And then maybe when this anger has finally burnt itself out, what is left? A stinging palm. I am standing in my kitchen. I am cooking dinner. I am wanting to reach out backwards into time and cut off the hands that grabbed for our mothers and grandmothers, aunts and cousins and ancestors, because my own cannot hold all of this anger anymore. So the only alternative is to try the impossible. In a 2014 essay on grief titled "The Weight of Our Living," Ocean Vuong wrote, "I want to love more than death can harm." The words disappear when I try to write about the women whose lives were stolen on March 16th. How I do not know them, but am trying to say their names, learn about their lives, love them more than a senseless act of violence can silence them. How to see the picture of a smiling stranger and feel the ache of knowing that you did not know them but are still grieving for them inexplicably. And I feel like I am still too angry because being angry is easier. Hands that sting rather than shake because I won't let myself cry. So I want to thank everyone who came out today in solidarity. How much it means to see a community show up and support and take care of one another, to heal even if we don't know how. And I don't have an answer or an ending to this rambling anyway, but I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that we get to be here. And I want to thank you for listening, and please know that I will be too.
So up next we have Lucia, and Lucia is requesting that they're not filmed or streamed. So if you're doing either of those things, if you could not do that, that'd be great. But Lucia is coming to speak, and please welcome me and Brian and Glenn. Join me, love me.
We can do photos, that's fine. Okay, alright. Hi everyone, my name is Lucia, and I'm always dating pronouns, and I'm going to try and talk as loud as I can. Everybody have a nice
What kind of pizza do you want?
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, she's got another location coming now as well in Alberta.
Yeah, just Google it.
It's right by
My only thing.
I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, Emmy, I agree with you that there's definitely power in numbers, but at the same time, right, you know, given
Thank you, Mike. So, Blythe mentioned about how we're going to unionize every Amazon warehouse in this country. What do y'all think about that? That's right. So, I'm proud to introduce our next speaker, a warehouse worker from just down here in Renton, or who's working down here in Renton just until recently. Also a longtime housing activist and an outgoing chair of the Seattle Democratic Socialists of America. I'm very proud to introduce Mimi Harris.
Hey, Monte.
Hi, everyone. I'm Harris. And, you know, just a month ago, a lot of us were together for another solidarity rally for the Bessemer workers. Scooch over here. And at that last rally, I talked a lot about the conditions at the warehouses that I worked at, the struggles that my coworkers went through, and what it was like to try and organize. This time I want to talk about something a little bit different. For years, Amazon has been considered completely unorganizable in the U.S. But that can't be said anymore. And that's because of the Bessemer workers, win or lose this campaign. And because of the mostly Somali warehouse workers in Minneapolis who walked off the job a couple years ago, bringing Amazon to the negotiation table for the first time in the U.S. And both of these actions started out of the Black Lives Matter movement. If you listen to these organizers in interviews, it was the Black Lives Matter movement that radicalized them, that gave them energy, that helped build up the hunger to fight for justice. But then they went back into the workplace, where so much injustice exists, and they saw that it was in fighting for collective power in the form of a union that they could win justice. In my opinion, there is no question that people globally will rise up into struggle, no matter what. This is what happens when people face hardship. But my question is, can we win? Are we prepared? A little story, I've been watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and last week I was watching that episode where Buffy struggles with the fact that everyone is out to get her. All the vampires, all the demons, all the hell gods, her professors, everyone. She feels weak and attacked. She's at a low point. But then she has an epiphany. It's not because she's weak that everyone's trying to kill her, but because she is so powerful. Her enemies see a power in her that she doesn't. It's only when she herself recognizes her own power that she unlocks her full strength and her ability to defeat her enemies.
My shit, bro.
The Bessemer Union campaign is significant for being in a majority black workplace, for being in the quote-unquote anti-union South, and for being against a company that is supposed to be unorganizable. But the South is not anti-union at all. The South, and Bessemer, Alabama specifically, have a long history of black socialist labor organizing in defiance of racist, segregationist, anti-socialist unions at the time. Right-to-work laws are not some invention of Scott Walker in 2011, but were invented directly as a response to black, socialist-led labor militancy in the South, and the Mine Mill Union of Bessemer, which helped lead the way. It was a response to black socialists, then called communists, winning the most significant victories against Jim Crow, white supremacy, and racialized economic inequality, specifically through union power, which they built, and specifically through a united labor movement of black, white, and brown. It was this multiracial solidarity rooted in the power of the strike that was considered such a threat and the reason for the brutal, violent, anti-black, anti-communist, anti-labor response. At my warehouse, when we attempted to get organized, it was our Somali siblings who led the way here as well. Not only because of Black Lives Matter, but because these coworkers had experience from back home being in a union in a way that the vast majority of people in the United States do not currently have. There is a new labor movement on the rise. Workers will continue to go into struggle. What determines whether we win is whether we are conscious of our power, whether we are strategic, whether we are united, whether we learn our own history, whether we root ourselves in workers standing up for each other across international borders. Whether we win is determined by if we aren't afraid to name our enemies, the capitalist system which starves without racism, and the ruling class who defends it. Whether we're not afraid to take Amazon and other big businesses into public ownership. Whether we take political power into our own hands and use it to make a decisive break with this abusive relationship that we call capitalism. I know that my coworkers are so inspired by the Bessemer workers. I do believe that we can build a union in every single warehouse in the country, and all of my solidarity is with them and to all workers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy Harris. That was really inspirational. I heard them talk about an international revolution and how that can be started just by one workplace, and how that inspires and spreads like wildfire to another workplace within Amazon, but then starts to spread from company to company, workplace, organization to organization, town to town, country to country, right? And that's what we're really fighting for, is not just the labor movement, not just a labor movement in the United States, but a workers' movement globally. That's what we're fighting for, a better world, right? So I thank you, Amy, for rooting us in that. Our next speaker needs no introduction. Shama Sawant is a city council member of Seattle. She's been a consistent fighter for workers' rights, was leading the $15 an hour campaign that made Seattle become the first city with a $15 minimum wage. And she's also been standing firm with the Black Lives Matter movement here in Seattle, standing firm with the demands of 50% reduction in funding. So I would just want to have Shama come up and speak.
Yeah.
So
Yes, Shama.
The courageous workers in Bessemer, Alabama are taking on some of the most powerful people in the world. As others have said, Amazon is going to war against the union effort, spending $10,000 a day on anti-union consultants to spread their lies and intimidate organizers. And they've brazenly broken labor laws. Jeff Bezos and company are trying to steal the union election in Bessemer by hook or by crook. They recently cut off employee access to the company directory in an attempt to block union organizing in the final days. We of course know what that's like when Amazon tries to steal an election. And we know how important it is to fight back in solidarity. Socialists and labor unions are a real threat to them, and they understand that success in Bessemer would be a historic game changer for the fight for workplace rights across America. It would also be a powerful shot in the arm for workers fighting against racism and sexism.
We That is not, there's nothing here that says you have to search us.
Let's get low. Let's get free.
Nothing, there is not a single sign here that says that you have to search us.
I don't
Not a single
let
sign
people
here.
through first that don't have backpacks, unless you can let me see inside just to make sure you don't have any climbing equipment or banners. I can't let you
Climbing
through.
equipment,
Yes,
literally.
ma'am. That's all. I don't have it. Okay, thank you.
Where's the sign that says no backpacks? Where's that sign?
The water bottle.
Excuse me?
We're refusing to consent.
I'm talking to this officer.
Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like free. Let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like free. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like free.
Again, where's the sign? Where's the sign? Where's the sign? Where's the sign that said you guys are searching people here?
I didn't say that. I said consensually search.
What?
I asked if you wanted me to consensually search.
But you wouldn't let me on the bridge without it.
You were
Where's
talking
the
to
sign
this
for that?
officer.
Oh, okay, sure thing. Fuck 12. Let's go. Hey.
Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Now let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get loud. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three. Let's get love. Let's get free. Now is the time to stop like three.
I see. while screaming F12 at the same time. And, you know, it's like someone just wrote, you know, there's a job to be done, and protesting and hope that they do it correctly without hurting, killing, slaying Black lives, without hurting, abusing, raping women, without abusing children and Explorer programs. One would hope so. But again, an entire book could be written on this topic, or a conversation could open up on a live stream. Oh wait, but it's an interesting subject nonetheless. Reminds me of a story months ago down at the square. A bike was stolen, 2 bikes actually, and then I don't know, rode right past me actually, and then someone told me maybe 3 or 4 minutes later that that bike that rode past me was indeed stolen. So I decided to, I don't know, hop in my vehicle, or I guess the Batmobile as I thought it of it at the time, and drive down that direction. Vroom! So there we go, speeding down the street, getting some sort of sense of kinetic energy as to what direction, what route they actually took. And there they were, I found them. So a slow but yet moderate paced chase was led through streets, a series of grass, a series of yards and whatnot, and finally leading to Skate Park, where I found the bike. Getting out of the car, going to the bike to get it back, and threatening with rocks, fists, kicks, and whatnot, and then still proceeding to the bike, grabbed it, and decided to go. Then a large boulder going through the back windshield, and they yelled, "Bet you're going to call the cops now." Didn't think of it. No, wasn't going to call the cops at all. Just wanted the bike. I got the bike. I'm kind of done here. So then return the bike back to its original owner, get a new back windshield for the car, and continue on with life. Although, something else had happened. They kept going, sadly, to say the least. They kept going and kept going. That same night. It's terrible.
17, and I'm part Chinese. So I just wanted to share a poem that I wrote, I guess, because sometimes that's a little easier. So I might drop all my cards.
Chair of the Seattle Committee Against Police Terror and Systemic Racism, and the Executive Co-Chair of the African American Longshore Coalition. Please welcome Gabriel Paul.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. How are you doing today? Great. Because I'm feeling good. This is a great day. A very inspiring day to me. We got workers organizing. That's always good. I want to thank you for being here today, because this is a historic moment. It's a historic moment because after the disaster that we went through in 2020, the fact that workers was laid off, underpaid, suffering, unemployed, and even left without home to live. But this year, 2021, this is our year. For labor and black workers, especially for the investment workers in Alabama, they are taking the lead in organizing.
Not that I know of.
For change, they are turning what's wrong right.
That's right.
They are inspiring the whole world. Because let me tell you this, brothers and sisters, this is not only the battle for the Amazon workers. This is the battle for the whole labor movement. One thing I got to say, this battle is getting, is going to put us straight in the heart of right to work. We're going to change that. Alabama, all the way to the West Coast. I'm an LW member, and we got a famous motto. An injury to one is an injury to all. Are you repeating with me? An injury to one
is an injury to all.
An injury to one
is an injury to all.
As a black trade unionist, I got to tell you clearly that the essence of trade unionist is a social uplift. The labor movement has been an errand to the dispossessed, the despised, the neglected, and the downtrodden, and the poor.
Yep.
That's what the labor movement is all about. And we have a responsibility. We got to fight for equality, which is the heart and the essence of democracy. The freedom and justice, equality of opportunity in industry, in labor unions, in school, college, government, politics, and before the law. There must be no dual standards in justice, no dual standards in right, privilege, or duties, or responsibilities for any citizen. No dual form of freedom. If you want to find the enemy of the working class and the enemy of the people, you got to look at the enemy of healthcare and Medicare. Look at the enemy of higher minimum wages. Look at the enemy of Social Security. Look at the enemy of education. And you will find the enemy of the people. Brothers and sisters, freedom is never given. It is won. You know, I like revolutionary, and I always think about it, revolutionary fighter, singer Robert Nesta Marley, because he had a song that he used to sing. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery, because no one but us can free our mind. And that's what the Black Amazon workers are doing right now. They're emancipating themselves from the oppression that they receive from Bezos and Amazon Corporation. I'm going to share something with you from Dr. King that most people have never heard. He said, if peace means keeping my mouth shut in the midst of injustice and evil, I don't want it. If peace means willingness to be exploited economically, dominated politically, humiliated, and segregated, I don't want it. Brothers and sisters, Philip Randolph had a famous quote. This is one of his quotes. At the banquet table of nature, there are no reserved seats. You get what you can take, and you keep what you can hold. If you can't take anything, you won't get anything. And if you can't hold anything, you won't keep anything. And you can't take anything with organization. Brothers and sisters, I'm reading from this that I prepared, but I got it top of my heart. Okay? It's long time coming. This is long time coming. Okay? Workers need to be organized. There's no way that someone make billions of dollars of workers while we are experiencing a pandemic, but yet refuse to pay those workers a livable wage. You should not work from one shift to the other or 1 week to the other and can afford to buy your own home, can afford to feed your kids, can afford to send them to college. This is unacceptable. My mentor used to always say, there is never enough for the working class. You can never pay us enough. But we should not work and sweat all our life and not home in our own home, not able to feed your kids, not able to go where you feel like use the restroom, like have a decent lunch. I mean, this is unacceptable. But I'm glad that this inspiring time has come, and it's time for change. And let's make sure that we continue to press and continue to organize and continue to pressure and pressure and pressure and keep pressuring till these workers win what they deserve.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. Something I heard that Gabriel said was, the union makes us strong. He didn't say that exact words, but I felt that. He said how it uplifts you, both economically, psychologically, and that really resonated with me. The union is not just about a revolution, but it's about our personhood and the way that we socialize with each other. It's about building a society that's centered around people, and the union is the first way that we can do that in our workplaces and to influence the capitalist system, right? So it changes the world on the outside, but it also changes what's inside of us and the way that we relate with each other. I'm really glad that he brought that piece in particular. So our next speaker is Bruce Jackson. Bruce Jackson is an educator at the Aki Kuros Middle School, a member of the Seattle Educators Association, a board member of the Washington State Ethnic Studies Now, and a member of Social Equity Educators. Come on up, Bruce Jackson.
Time yet? We've been apart for so long, I don't know what we looks like anymore. Weren't we the ones who created that 40-hour work week? Didn't we create the weekend? Yep. Didn't we create time off? Isn't that our time? Weren't we the ones who decided children should be in school, not bleeding under a fresh coat of soot drilled loose from a black hole deep in a coal mine? Not using their tiny fingers to place that dingus into that thingamajig to make that whatchamacallit look more expensive on that thing we don't need.
That's right.
Then we reinvent childhood, that time for play. Then we create that time during that last time we were together. Isn't it time we create it again? Is it time yet? Isn't that what we're asking for now? As Amazon takes and takes, leaving our bodies and our dignity broken by waste and greed. Isn't it time we're asking for? Time to breathe, time to rest. Time to take that moment to make a moment. To see ourselves breathing. To see ourselves living. To see ourselves growing. Look at us. Don't we look beautiful together? Taking control of...
Yeah, we can't have the yellow sign hanging on the grid. Yeah, so if you want to take it down in school, otherwise we'll take that and give it back when we get back. It's up to you.
Otherwise what?
Otherwise we'll give it back when we get down there.
I will let them know. Just hang tight. Okay? Just wait there. Wait there.
I got that, yep.
We appreciate it.
Okay? Alright. Just give them a minute.
Seriously, every photo I take of her is perfect. I'm confused. Apparently you don't need water, huh? What? We are the people too! A little bit
about to start heading back right now. Thank you so much. This is so much fun. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
Are y'all? Oh my God. Get out of here. No problem. Y'all are fucking fools. You're the reason there's traffic, you fucking idiots. I was talking to them, sorry. Go away.
This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy.
Go away.
Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
Go away. Quit your job.
Show me what democracy looks like.
Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job. Hi, my girl. I miss you. I love you. Fucking bridge now. Quit your job. You should quit your job. You guys should quit your jobs. Are you guys police officers? Are you a police officer? Excuse me. Are you guys police officers? Are you a police officer or are you a security guard? Are you a police officer or a security guard? Are you guys police? Why won't you answer me? Why is that such a controversial question that you ignore me? What? Are you a police officer? Are you a police officer?
I just need the sign back. We need to confiscate the sign. What's that? We need to confiscate
They said that if we brought it up, we could keep it.
So go ahead and remove
the CHP said that if we brought it up, we could keep it.
CHP's officers are right there. We need to confiscate the sign. Can we talk about police liaisons?
Yeah, because the CHP said that if we brought it up, that they could keep it. That was what was specifically said.
Marion is a police liaison, so I should follow her lead. Who? Marion Daub in the...
You guys should just quit your job. Are you even a cop?
Okay.
Why won't you tell me if you're a cop? Are you a police officer? Or are you a security guard?
Hey, can you open up your bag and show us what's inside? I was told to talk to the police liaison.
Is he being detained?
He's right here. Well, I'm the lieutenant for the Golden Gate.
Is he being... Don't touch me. Why are you touching me? Are you a police officer? Are you a police officer? Are you a police officer? I'm good, but you need to answer my question.
I know, but we're all going to be chill.
Are you a police officer?
What democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
No, I need you to back up, please. Back up.
Why are you touching us?
Just back up. I need you to back up.
We're not a threat.
No, you're not. Here's the
The officer back there told us that it was pulled up and it was fine. Why won't they tell me if they're police officers?
Democracy looks like.
I just need a sign.
This is what democracy looks like. I'm the one with the have this be. This is the energy they want. This is like chill and
We understand. We're going to go to dealing with this. You can get the sign. I didn't tell you to suck it in your bag, Tom.
I don't know.
Is he not with you?
And I'm not going
That was my job.
Boy, you guys really saved the bridge today.
I don't feel comfortable carrying. Can we put in the vehicle? Just carry it. Just carry it. All right, we'll carry it.
Yeah, make sure to listen. What? She's been in there the whole time. Why do you keep putting your hands on people? I understand you're not a cop and that upsets you, but you don't need to keep putting your hands on people.
All right, make way. Everybody make way.
Okay.
Make way.
You don't need to push me, thanks.
Okay.
You don't need to push me, thanks.
Sweet, I really need your energy to match what the group is here, please. Okay? It doesn't just escalate. It's not necessary. We got what we wanted. Okay?
Just gonna stay with them. They're a little worried about crowds. Okay, here we go. We're just doing our job.
Literally just a show of power. That's all it is. The only reason they took that was a show of power.
Right now, we have David, who's one of our freedom fighters, getting taken away from fighting for our rights. And right now, we're going to say, thank you, David! Thank you, David! Thank you, David! Thank you, David!
Not what the youth that organize want, please.
I'm literally just
I know,
filming.
but your energy is not the energy they
I'm
want,
not
so
even
please.
speaking right now. I'm literally just filming. Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure what, you keep coming at me and I'm literally just filming. I was asked by her to film, specifically to film this interaction. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I'm gonna stop until he ends up alone.
White supremacy has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! White supremacy has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! White supremacy has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! White supremacy has got to go!
Ho, ho! White supremacy has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
I love y'all. Yeah, they picked up on that mask energy for sure here. The youth is fire. Yep. It's really, this honestly is a rally that's run by 7th and 8th graders, so this is the most ridiculous thing. They met us at the entrance and made people open their bags to be searched. I come on the bridge all the time, my bag is never searched.
Why their trucks were
They became cops as like part of their lifelong power trip. Being a cop is the ultimate fucking power trip.
Hey, Bezos, step off it!
The people be more profit!
Hey, Bezos, step off it!
The people be more profit!
Woo! I want to know what all the fuss is! We're standing up for justice!
Wanna know what all the fuss is? We are standing up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
We are standing up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
We are standing up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
We standing up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
We are standing up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
We are standing up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
We are standing up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
We are standing up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
We are standing up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
Up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
We are standing up for justice.
Wanna know what all the fuss is?
We are standing up for justice.
I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told.
Everyone's pockets are lined with gold.
Amazon pockets are lined with gold.
Racist tricks will not divide.
Racist tricks will not divide.
Workers standing side by side.
Workers standing. I'm loving all these new chants, y'all.
I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told.
Amazon pockets are lined with gold.
Amazon pockets are lined with gold.
Racist tricks will not divide.
Racist tricks will not divide.
Workers standing side by side.
Workers standing side by side.
I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told.
Amazon pockets are lined with gold.
Amazon pockets are lined with gold.
Racist tricks will not divide.
Racist tricks will not divide.
Workers standing side by side.
Workers standing side by side.
I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told.
Amazon pockets are lined with gold.
Amazon pockets are lined with gold. Racist tricks will not divide.
Workers standing side by side.
Workers standing side by side. It's the pen, not the Rona. Oh, he's got a sticker.
Do you have a badge number, Batista?
I do, it's P10.
P10.
Uh-huh.
Our planet! Our planet!
We're gonna cross the street over to the east side and get a information on the radio, okay?
Our planet!
Oh, actually, I'm sorry, right over here.
I expect the right patient to get my information.
Our planet! Our planet! Our planet!
Right? Like this?
Okay.
Stand up like that! What do we do? Stand up like that!
We kind of know what's happening.
What do we do? Stand up like that! What do we do? Stand up like that! What do we do? Stand up like that! When our earth is under attack! What do we do? Stand up like that! What do we do? Stand up like that! What do we do? Stand up like that! When our earth is under attack! What do we do? Stand up like that! What do we do? Stand up like that! What do we do? Stand up like that! When our people are under attack! What do we do? Stand up like that!
Yeah, I don't think they're police, but they have guns, they have zip ties, and they were answering to or working alongside of CHP.
What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back!
They told him he was being detained.
What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! I'm not going
Officer, you should do a little bit more to protect his identity there. You're just sort of swinging his card around.
They would not be out here trying to stop us if we weren't making progress, if we weren't doing stuff to push the system, and that's what we're trying to do, right? Yeah! That's what we're trying to do, right? Yeah! We want a planet to live on. We want our people to have clean air and clean water. We want people to be free from detention and modern slavery. We want people to be able to thrive. That's what we're here on this planet to do, right?
I know, as soon as I said officer.
So every single person, I want you to walk away today feeling inspired, feeling empowered, feeling proud of yourself.
Officer, not an officer yet.
You stood for our future today. You stood for indigenous people. You stood for people of color. You stood for poor people everywhere who are constantly told every single day
They are
that
security
their
guards,
lives
right?
don't matter, that their lives don't matter, that their bodies don't matter. And we are here challenging that, right? Woo! And we're going to keep doing this work, right? Woo! All right, y'all. So we're going to end it off with some more chants. What chants?
Everybody give it up for Esau!
Alright. One! We are the people too!
A little bit louder! We want justice for the people! We are the people! A little bit louder! We want justice for the people! We are the people! A little bit louder! We want justice for the people!
We are the people too!
No, a banner was hung over the side of the bridge, and apparently that's illegal. We're on the Golden Gate Bridge. They hung it over so boats could see it. It was not a traffic impediment. It was not a danger. Fuck the police. Okay, that's why, because I've asked like 5 times, and every single one of them, when I ask if they're a cop, they completely ignore me. No words. Here they are. Oh, it is so important.
All the youth organizers who brought all of us here.
Oh, are they putting on riot gear? Why are they putting on riot gear, y'all?
Alright. And we're going to end it off with this one last chant for those people who put their time and their passion into saving our planet. Ain't no power like the power of the youth.
Because the power of the youth don't stop!
Ain't no power like the power of the youth.
Because the power of the youth won't stop!
Ain't no
graders organize this. Look around. It's literally 7th and 8th graders. Some aren't even teenagers. And they've got riot gear. I don't know why he's pointing, but... Hey, what? There's the banner. Fucking idiots.
Well, but if you just want to secure it there, so it's not in your hands.
CHP's coming over in a second.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, he just can't have things in his hands. That's all.
I'm sorry?
It's just not safe for him to have things in his hand. That's all.
Well, yeah, so I'll hold it. I'll take it for you.
It's not your property. I have to give it back to its owner.
Oh, it is. It's collective property. I promise.
I know you just have to wait for the seats.
I promise you. It is.
Something tells me he'd be okay with you holding it.
I'll hold it.
Oh, you got one of your comrades here holding it. How about that?
Comrades. Ah, comrades. I can't believe you said that.
That's okay. It's perfectly acceptable.
It's the union members, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I hope
Workers
so.
of the world.
Okay, really?
Are you guys
going to stand up for all the... Really?
Well,
like
I'm a worker of the world.
15 an hour?
Is there a
well, no, because then
is there a security guard union?
These are,
I don't know. I'm not a security guard.
Are you guys police officers?
No, we are not police officers. We're public officers.
Do you have a guard card?
Do I have a guard card? I do.
Because don't you guys have to have it to be bridge patrol? Do you have a guard card?
I take whatever they give.
Simon? Do you have a guard card, Simon? No, he doesn't speak.
Where's my pup?
We have.
Yeah, so they are not police officers, and apparently they don't call themselves security guards. They are bridge patrol.
Penal code. 36.5. Yeah, 836.5.
Oh, you do talk.
Officers. I can even show you.
Wow.
If you want to see.
Public officer?
Yeah. Let's see here. Well, no, I mean, we want to be right in what we say, right?
Absolutely.
So.
I've asked every single one that's come up, and not a single one has spoken to me about it. It's been very interesting.
Goodness.
I actually asked Simon multiple times, and he didn't answer once.
I'll show you.
Could you wear your mask properly if you're going to get close?
Okay. Well, that's why I took the glasses off. It fogs it up. So California Penal Code 836.5. So we are under public officers or employees of a transportation district. That's where we get our code.
Got it.
Not all law enforcement carry the title police.
Yes. I've just, like I said, I've asked every single bridge patrol that I've seen today, and every single one of them, and I just asked the exact question, are you a police officer? And they all ignored me, and I actually got laughed at by a couple of them. It was really, really bizarre.
I'm not going to, I'm Chris. What's your name?
My name is Kenny.
Kenny? Nice to meet you, Kenny. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, well, you should talk to the other not officers about that. Oh, I can't deal with people in uniforms whatsoever. Okay, so.
It's not the future. And they're building this like it's going to last forever. And
people that are funding it are mainly the banks. Fargo, B of A, Chase, Citibank, and they're the ones that are funding
Our jurisdiction bridge itself in the approach. California Highway Patrol, they're the primary law enforcement agency in the Government Highway. So
If they hadn't gotten serious zip ties, it's like as thick as my wrist.
Their jurisdiction comes here?
Yes.
Kind of complicated.
Yeah, it can be. It can be.
Now we got some cops here.
So this officer will issue the citation, and then we're going on our way.
All right. Well, gentlemen,
This gentleman here. Okay. Do you have your identification, sir? Okay. Thank you. I'll tell you the code. Get it. Gonna issue the citation, and thank you. Oh, I thought you said something. Somebody right behind you was talking just enough to make it sound like.
Officer Beard.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Officer Batista gave his word that the banner would be returned when we got off.
Yeah, I think we're taking photos of it, and
Great. Thank you so much.
and then we just go through the process.
What's the process?
Well, court process.
What is the court process?
Well,
You'll write a
so
citation.
anybody like the citation's issued, you appear in court later to either plead guilty or not guilty, and then it goes through the court process. Nothing different than any other. Nothing different than any other court process.
Officer Beard, what they want to know is, can they get the sign back?
Yeah, that's what
today?
we're working on.
Oh yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah, they're going to take a picture of it, and then that's
Okay.
that. And then we get it back today. Today.
Spread it out.
That's what we're going to do over here, David. You want some good photos.
Thank you for.
You have somewhere high.
All right, I am laughing under here, I promise. That was good. All right, well, I appreciate you being cool with us. Can you guys help me with that? It's a Streets and Highway Code.
Somewhere along the lines of 27.
I will have to find out.
Yeah, we'll have to.
They literally don't know what they're charging him with, guys. They don't know what they're charging him with.
What if you didn't write a citation as part of an expression? No one got hurt. It's an expression of very.
But a law was broken, and it was told don't do this, and then it was done anyway, and so it's just kind of been by side. Oh, we can kind of just do whatever we want. Nobody's.
What is the penalty for that?
Well, that's totally up to the courts, ma'am. I have no idea.
Again, the officer does not know the law or any of the penalties. I have no idea, is what he said.
And you also have the power to say they didn't bring the big signs that could blow and hurt somebody.
Yeah, we really tried.
No, yeah, you guys, yeah.
And so there wasn't anything there as far as breaking the law.
Or danger.
This was an expression of a message that the youth need the entire state and the teachers need the entire state to.
CHP could stand in solidarity. CHP.
Have the authority to be like, hey all, thanks for keeping it peaceful. Sorry we had this.
Well, I will say thank you for keeping it peaceful. I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. We truly appreciate that.
But you're still going to issue a citation?
The law was broken, and it was told don't do this, please don't do this, and it was done. And as you know, kind of.
We didn't hear it as a law though. What I heard is that you had a request that they not take it out, and they did that. They followed that request.
They were misled.
Never was told that a law would be broken. We stand on the sidewalk, and there was never an exchange about this is against the law. You need to do this.
Well, the option is for everyone to go.
Just asking you to
Okay, I'm not going to give any kind of opinion. I'm just trying to give you facts, but I will not.
Officer Beard, what is your badge number?
100. 18471. So
I'm curious as to what section that this is violating.
okay, we're searching.
They don't know.
Streets and highways.
It's a streets and highways.
I have it right here.
Okay, well, there's like a bazillion
It's
of them.
271742. Is that what you're saying?
Benjamin said there's a bazillion of them.
And that's why we have to look them up, because each one has its
Is
own
that the
number.
actual count? Bazillion?
Oh, there's a lot.
Reason or thing cited. You know, if you guys don't have a reason,
Well,
to
did you guys
cite
pull
or
a permit for
stop,
this?
then
He's
Basically,
you know,
any sign that's over 2 by 3 is a violation of policy being brought onto the sidewalk. So it's under that particular code.
What code is that?
It's the district
Bautista?
code.
It's streets and highways 24/714, something like that. But it's in that area. But any time that any sign that's over 2 by 3 feet.
Where?
on the bridge? Or
Anywhere on the bridge or in this area, primarily on the roadway. And it's not just because it can fly into the roadways, it's also because it causes drivers, it distracts drivers, okay? We have people that suddenly brake, cars come up behind them, we have an accident, okay? All
I'd
because
venture
they're
to
looking
say
at the
not
sign.
a single car saw that banner. I'm pretty certain that not a single car saw that banner.
I'm not saying, well, maybe today, but you can't
It
say
didn't
every
impede-
driver didn't see that, okay? What I'm saying is
We're
that's
not
the
talking about every
that's the
driver.
purpose-
We're actually just talking about
We're just
this
talking about
incident.
that's the purpose of the statute that was violated. Okay, it's not just you're displaying something that can fly into the roadway. Okay, it also includes distracting drivers. Okay, so if
I'm just saying none of those things happened. There was no
Thank
obstruction.
God it didn't happen. Okay, but still, it's a violation.
No, thank us.
Just
I mean,
because
this group,
it didn't happen doesn't mean it wasn't a violation. Okay,
A lot
the
of mishaps can happen too with those things.
Yes.
As you were trying to tie it down, gust of
People-
wind could have carried it over onto the view.
Don't you see it as having 8 or 9 cop cars being more distracting to the people on the road than us actual people?
That part
causes people to slow down, doesn't it?
It
You guys stop all-
That's the point.
People rubberneck when there's police involved.
The only reason traffic slowed down was because of you guys. Is what
the
he's saying.
lack of police presence in something that goes bad, then you're going to complain that the police weren't there to take care of it.
I will never complain over a lack of police presence. I can
Well, that
promise
was
you that.
it was all about safety.
That is an absolute
That's
promise.
why we were here.
Abolish the police. I will never complain.
That's not the narrative.
Exactly. But you guys aren't actually police, so that's weird for you to talk about police presence in regards to yourself because you're not police.
Are you telling me my job?
He actually told me you're a public officer. You're not a
We're
police
public officers, We
officer.
are law enforcement. We're just not peace officers, but we're law enforcement.
That's what I just said. You're not actually police, and then you got all weird and were like, "Are you telling me your
You're
job?"
mixing apples and oranges, okay?
You're
We're
not
law
police.
enforcement. We're law enforcement.
But you're not police.
We're law enforcement. What is police are law enforcement. We are law enforcement.
You're
Two different agencies.
Yeah. Energy is not
We're
what the
changing-
youth want.
it's not what
this
we're
is
about
not
right
what the
now.
youth want. Is that
Okay.
it's just like
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you, okay?
There's no sense in arguing.
If you want to
all right?
document, we have professional cameras documenting all this, but it's like coming from a place like these kids, this youth right here. I just need a moment as one of the adult supporters. I need to give abundant gratitude.
Yes, for that.
The journey that I've been on with young people. It has been one of the most humbling experiences of my 45 years on this planet, because the amount of respect, dignity, clarity, and fierce, amazing love that they walk with is the medicine, is the answer, is
Yes.
what we all need to be on.
She doesn't like it when I talk to the police with any tone.
Adult allies here, if you're not coming and respecting and centering the energy they bring, it does not help. It just hurts. We're all in this. We have incredible, fierce love happening on line 3. People from all backgrounds are following and showing up in respect of the Indigenous brothers and sisters that are there protecting the water. They want that water to sing. They listen to the water. And then when people come as allies, they listen and they follow and they come from a place that's
Oh, she's been doing it all day, literally all day.
that we don't want.
She's talking about me right now.
Law
So.
enforcement, for those and allies, like we're not here to escalate in the wrong direction. We need to funnel this forward. And check and love each other as we do
I
this.
think she's calling me a white supremacist right now for questioning the cops.
And it's got us a long haul. So I just want to say, for those that may have shown up in different spaces and different ways of this response,
like, let's remember who's leading today. And let's follow their leaders. Huge gratitude to the young people. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your courage. And above all, thank you for your leadership.
It's okay with me. That's the best part of having thick skin.
Here, she can have my sweatshirt. Here. So, like, on the bridge, is it like
It goes against the Bridges Master Ordinance, which is a set of rules that govern what conduct is available here at the bridge, that is acceptable here at the bridge. Put very, very, very simply, it's just not.
Okay. Is that like ordinance you speak of? Is that like available to the public online?
It's on our website, goldengates.org. I don't know what tab it's under. You just search Master Ordinance and it should pop out.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's the banner. Here we go.
You want to fold?
You can't lie. You can't lie. How many events have you last minute MC? How many events did you just show up and they ask you, thank God, you said you're here?
Are you going to get your banner back?
Yeah.
Oh, this is just a...
You guys are awesome. Like super awesome. Are you live right now? I am. I've been live the whole time. You guys are, you're with YDA. Okay, I'll tag YDA at the end of it. You're fantastic. I feel like I've seen you at protests before in the city.
Yeah, a lot.
Multiple times. And yeah, your energy is amazing. You guys, seriously, like, I'm very, very impressed with what you guys put together today and all you did. It was really all of the speakers and the energy that you brought to them as a youth yourself, being a leader in that sense, like, you took it on and you really killed it. Really, really. Absolutely.
If you would like privacy or if you don't care with everything around, you can explain what the citation is for.
Promise to appear at a future court date. I got it. What was that? It's a promise to appear at a future court date. Yeah, it's not admission of guilt, just a promise you want to take care of it. Very familiar.
It is cited into the San Francisco court, right? San Francisco. Okay, San Francisco area courthouse, and they sign this back and back. I don't know. I'm not asking who owns it. I mean, but it's been given back to Marion had it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thanks so much. Thank you. Yeah, here's a paper.
How are you? You'll be trying.
I did the...
Generally what will happen.
Sorry, am I in your shot? Might have moved my hand. You're awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you. You're awesome.
All right. Okay, let's do it, Grandma. Okay, I'm going to set it.
the development of skill and practice. I believe in our ability.
Look how big that dog is. He's so big. Oh my god, look how pretty. So big. Oh my gosh, that dog is so big and pretty. So big. There's another little dog in here too. This is the spear.
Racist tricks will not divide. Racist tricks will not divide. Workers standing side by side. Workers standing. Side by side. Side by side. Workers standing side by side. I don't know what I've been told. I don't know what I've been told. Racist tricks will not divide. Racist tricks will not divide. Workers standing side by side. Workers standing side by side. I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know, but I've been told. Amazon pockets are lined with gold. Amazon pockets are lined with gold. Racist tricks will not divide. Racist tricks will not divide. Workers standing side by side. Workers standing side by side. I don't know what I've been told. I don't know what I've been told. Racist tricks will not divide. Racist tricks will not divide. Workers standing side by side. Workers standing side by side. I don't know what I've been told. I don't know what I've been told. Amazon pockets are lined with gold. Amazon pockets are lined with gold. Racist tricks will not divide. Racist tricks will not divide. Workers standing side by side. Workers standing side by side. I don't know what I've been told. I don't know what I've been told. Amazon pockets are lined with gold. Amazon pockets are lined with gold. Racist tricks will not divide. Racist tricks will not divide. Workers standing side by side. Workers standing side by side. I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know, but I've been told. Amazon pockets are lined with gold. Amazon pockets are lined with gold. Racist tricks will not divide. Racist tricks will not divide. Workers standing side by side. Workers standing side by side.
Thank you so much, y'all. That was awesome. Major disruption. I feel like we make a major disruption.
Yes.
This is not, somebody said yesterday, this is not a parade, this is a protest. That resonated with me. Thank you, Manuel and Megan, for leading us those chants.
Yes.
So I'm sure that theirs is too. Alright, just to wrap us up here, I'm going to speak on a couple of upcoming announcements. So the Stay House and Stay Healthy campaign is launching this Monday, March 29th at 6 p.m. Transit Riders Union, the Washington Community Action Network, Faith Action Network, tenants, unions, and many other organizations are all coming together around a local campaign to strengthen tenant protections and to prevent evictions in King County. It's called Stay Healthy and Stay House and Stay Healthy. Again, their event is coming up on Monday, March 29th at 6 p.m. You can find it at transitridersunion.org. They have event information there. DSA's No Charity for Cops rally and letter delivery. That's Tuesday, March 30th at 3 p.m. at Westlake Center. This is an ongoing campaign from Divest SPD to have Seattle Foundation stop giving money to SPD. So the foundation has contributed $870,000 to Seattle Police Foundation in the last 20 years to the community and donor advised funds. So DSA is delivering a letter with hundreds of signatures to their office and holding a rally at Westlake to show them that there is growing numbers of people who want them to divest from SVD. So say no charity for cops and show up this Tuesday, March 30th at 3 p.m. Westlake Center. So there's also the DSA Housing Justice Teach-In that's on April 14th at 7:30 p.m. This is a new campaign from DSA's Housing Justice Work Group. They're preparing a teach-in on housing justice and how to organize for a socialist housing program. They've been educating folks on themselves on housing and tenant struggles and have heroically been waged in the past, like the fight for Red Vienna and the Berlin campaign to take big landlords into public ownership, and the Parkland rent strike, and many more. There's other groups that they've been working with. So they plan to start like building a campaign for housing justice and fighting against redlining in Seattle. Eventually they'll be working into rent strikes similar to what's been going on in New York, in Occupy Homes, and many more. So get plugged in with them on March 14th at 7:30. And then lastly, if folks really want to get engaged with more actions like these to stand in solidarity with workers, please join DSA at dsa.org. You can also join Socialist Alternative. We work with them very closely. And just keep up the struggle, y'all. We have a long fight to do. We have lots of things to plug into. The PRO Act is coming up. It's ongoing. Keep up with that. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all the things, so you can keep up to date with that and find out ways to plug in.
One more announcement, sorry.
All right, I want to invite everybody to a community rally and march to halt the housing crisis.
Yes.
Sorry, I gotta take this off. It's Wednesday, March 31st at 5:30. A meeting at Seattle City Hall. We've got yellow flyers. We're calling for things like housing for all, tax the rich, cancel the rent, and rent control now. Put on by a coalition of groups, including many organizations here today. So I hope you'll come out. Wednesday, the 31st at 5:30.
Yes, I'll be there. Yes. All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching, sharing. Love, peace, chicken grease. I'll see you guys soon. There's lots of events coming out this week, so. Alright guys, thank you. I love you all. Peace out. Thank you for watching. Jesus.
Fire. They ended up killing the suspect, but they also shot the 1-year-old baby in the head. Luckily, he survived. The 1-year-old, he's alive right now. So far, this happened about 2 weeks ago. But they had to remove part of his skull, and he's been having seizures almost every day. Is it unreasonable for us to be out here protesting a system that uplifts and upholds people that do these kinds of things? We're talking about a 1-year-old. That child didn't ask to be born. He didn't be asked to be brought into this world where his life doesn't matter, where they can open fire 12 rounds in his vicinity and not care. He has done nothing yet. He doesn't even know how to say his name yet. And he's already been shot in the head and criminalized because he's a black child. His life will never be the same. Ever. Nobody deserves a fate like that. His life will never be the same, and he didn't even get a chance yet. The boy is barely 1 year old. Is it that unreasonable? Please, somebody, is it that unreasonable?
No!
So that's why we out here. That's why we'll keep coming out here. So it's not anything we have against you people here eating. All we're asking is for you to start giving a fuck about the fact that people who are supposed to be public servants are doing shit like shooting 1-year-olds in the head and then getting promotions and paid vacations for it. George Floyd still can't get justice. You're entitled to a speedy and quick trial in the United States. They're over here deliberating on how to choose jury members because they're saying that you can't know anything about what happened with George Floyd. The whole motherfucking world knows what happened with George Floyd. It's a whole year later. And the thing is we already know what's going to happen. But yet we keep coming civil, kind, polite.
Who wants a donut?
Right? All we do is ask for civility. It was a civil rights movement, right? We ask for civility from people. It's not that unreasonable to ask that from our public servants. And I know y'all still really don't give a fuck. I know you don't. And I understand you got shit, it's a pandemic, it's a million other isms going on in the world. This is San Jose. I know it's a lot of different marginalized communities out here, right? We have the Latin American community, we have the Asian American community, the Black American community, right? And we all got all of our different movements going on against the same beast. And I know it's hard for a lot of people from different marginalized communities to take a step back so that you can let somebody else step forward while you advocate for them. I understand that everybody's got their old 100-year-old battles that they're fighting against this same oppressive system. But at a certain point, we all got to start caring about each other in the same way. You feel me? I know what's going on with the hatred towards the Asian American community, right? What's going on right now. As black people, we can relate to that shit. We can understand that shit, right? We can understand that kind of reckless hatred that you've been seeing in increased numbers. The stories you've been hearing about the past couple of weeks, I hear the same stories all the time about my people. So what we need to do is start standing together and really standing together. I'm tired of the black squares, right? I saw people posting yellow squares. I'm tired of just seeing posts on social media. That's how they get us. And even past the social justice shit, that's how they always get us. They'll show you anything on the news. We care about it on social media for a little bit, but we don't get out and put no action behind it. It ain't no movement if there ain't no action. Right? And sound without focus is just noise. So really, look, the few of us here, we put in the work. I know a lot of the people right here put in the work all the time, aside from their regular lives, to do something. I know everybody here got a little bit of time because you're here right now. This is your spare time. Take a few minutes, just a few minutes from your conversation right now, or even during any point of your conversation during dinner right now, and just Google missing black children in the Bay Area. Black children are coming up missing all over the Bay Area. Almost every week there's a new one.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not talked about. I'm not expecting you to do shit about it, but at least just talk about it. Is that unreasonable? No. Just talk about it. That's it. And that's all I gotta say. Now, good people that's really about the shit and ready to rock and ready to roll, we about to pull up to the police station and let this murderer cop that just became the head of the police in San Jose, we gonna let him know how we feel. Hopefully when y'all finish your beers, matter of fact, they put them in plastic cups, y'all can bring them with you. I hope y'all come and join us in making a little bit of noise. I know y'all tired of being at home, so maybe come out and do something that's worth a motherfucker. So come on with us, y'all. Y'all ready to rock? Y'all ready to rock? Yeah. Can I get a black power? Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black pride! Black pride! Black pride! Man, we got this bitch. Let's go.
I know y'all heard the police say that he was having a bad day, right? Y'all heard that the killer was having a bad day. I don't know why y'all don't see the same thing.
What? Do you want this? Sure. All right, let's go.
Hey, let's make some heroes on our way out.
Tag me. Tag you? Tag me on that video.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Mata is a murderer. 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 Anthony Mata is a murderer. Enjoy your guys' food. Glad you stand for something. Wow, all of these white ass people here in San Pedro Square, these fucking gentrifiers, sitting here in the city, making a mockery out of this, making a mockery out of us. They don't give a fuck. Mata is a murderer! Mata is a murderer! What? I said you got a lot on your hands. Oh yeah, I do. What are they saying? ACAB! ACAB! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! And if we don't get it, if we don't get it, can someone push these over?
He's a murderer. Out of everybody that we had to choose to lead Taliban police force after the whole year saying he was police, we got Mata. Y'all don't even know about that? Did y'all hear we got a new police chief? You know the last police chief ran. He went to Dallas.
Oh, we got a helicopter. Wow.
You all hear about their secret Facebook, their racist Facebook?
No, they benefit off this system. They don't care. Everyone here eating their dinner, you benefit off the system.
It's okay to say fuck the police. It's okay to say fuck the police.
Oh. Block 12. Block 12. Mata.
Fuck Anthony Mata.
And fuck SJPD.
Fuck SJPD.
And fuck white supremacy. And fuck America.
Fuck America. All right, let's go. All right, make room for the big truck. The truck, the big white truck. San Pedro Square, where all of the gentrifiers hang out. What's up?
Someone wanted me to let you know that actually he's following us on foot.
Yeah.
I
saw him.
While we're seeing, say a little bit about something. How come police get everything they need to?
I'm not saying you just say I'm not going to go to the
have so many cars.
I don't have gas.
What's up, guys?
Oh, no.
If you guys need a ride in like one of the cars, we can give you a ride.
Oh, no, it's because I need to figure out my car for gas. Because I'm low on gas. And it's at his house, so I just need to figure it out.
Okay, well, hope you still come with us. Sorry, I really like the drums. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Oh, who likes some?
We got a helicopter following us. We got a bunch of police following us. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay. Oh, a crime has been committed.
I'm gonna go pick it up.
A donut. Can you hold this? Just got some news that a bunch of cops are ready with riot gear at the SAP Center. Love that. Well, SJPD, I'm sure you're watching this live stream. You know where we are. Come on down. We're just gonna drum in your face, say ACAB, call you a slut, you know, normal things. But you know where we are, and we know where you are now. So, thank you. What's up? That's why they gonna do shit. Yeah, was he just passing through?
No, he turned around to follow us, and he came up to me and snapped the donut out of my hand.
What? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna throw a stick in his wheel. He's gonna fall.
Do it.
All cops are bastards! 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 All cops are bastards!
Justice for Anthony Nunez. Yes. That's exactly why we're out here. This police department are just full of murderers. They just murder people. The new chief of police, he is a murderer. 1999. January 2021. This police department kills with impunity. All the time, every year. Wouldn't be surprised if it was every day. The people at the jail, they're in awful conditions. SJ Spotlight just did an article about that. Fuck the police, fuck the system. If we don't do anything, we're letting it happen. We have to take the street. All cops are bastards! Black pride!
I'm a peacekeeper, phlegmatic, you know, I like to have fun. So this is a little odd to be up here because the premise of this event is because of murder. And that's just really shitty, you know, but I'm glad that everyone is here. But if before I start, could everyone just kind of close your eyes for a second and just do a breathing exercise with me? It's called the 4-7-8 for all y'all non-neurotypical folk out there. So you're going to close your eyes and send condolences to everybody who's lost their life and their family members to acts of racism, acts of injustice, and murder. So if y'all could close your eyes and just have a minute of silence, please, and take a deep breath in for 4, hold it for 7, and then just let it out for 8. I can't even do it because I'm like crying so much. Like, anyways, 2021, right? That's when you laugh. But all right, before I go off, I would like to acknowledge what I'm not. I'm not a professional speaker. I'm not here to educate you. Plenty of people here have done that here today. Nor do I think I have all of the answers. I've been constantly seeking my own answers to my own truths and my own realities. I will not be here to tell you what to think, what to feel, what to believe in, or what to do from this day moving forward. I am here for independent thinkers and free thinkers, and I'm here for connection, and that's basically it, right? So I'm not here to judge you or condemn you. All those people that had left, came for food, whatever, and left, I'm not here to condemn you or judge you, and I just ask that of you for me. My only intention today is to speak my truth and to speak life into you and into all of us, because I think we could use a little bit more of that nowadays. Starting to feel like March all over again last year, isn't it? I want to speak faith in abundance in hopes that at least one of you is empowered to grow and make changes in your life. So I implore you to at least pay attention. Pay attention to the speakers today, who's still here, who chose to be here, how you got here, however it is. It's wet, it's muddy, it's cold. You're still here today, and I thank you so much for that. Pay attention to what sets you off, what makes you cry, what you're passionate about, what's urgent to you, what's uncertain.
and etc. Because emotions are great indicators, but they're not great dictators, especially to that person who had a bad fucking day. In all serious note, I am grateful to be invited here and get a chance to sew into you today. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to all those who organize and are part of this event. Let's give everyone a round of applause. Applause. Thank you so much. And on that note, why are we here? Why are we here again and again and again and again? Why do we continue to have these events? Why do we continue to have these rallies? Why are you here? Where are all the white folks, huh? Did you need something to do today? Did you have some free time in your schedule? Is this for your social media game? Something to check off your box as an ally or as an activist for this year? I, nor any other person or speaker or organizer, is exempt from being questioned of their intentions, with love and respect, of course. People's lives are being at risk. Marginalized groups and communities were at loss, but we still assemble and connect and build communities here today, and I thank you so much for that. Life is fucking hard, just living in itself, but to be not a white man in this country, we were born activists in that way. We've had to fight our whole lives to just survive, to be heard, to be acknowledged. And it's just about time that we just don't feel like being silent anymore. So I urge you all to ask questions of yourself, be critical of yourself, your communities, your friends, people who are here, who are not here. To be curious, and to be curious is to be intentional, and to be intentional is the first step of growth, and that's really what I want to focus on here. And we've had enough negativity and shitty news, probably for the whole rest of our lives, right? Since up to this point. There will always be some type of negativity when you speak out, when you do something, just living as a non-white person. Right? Crazy stuff. But despite your intentions, selfish or selfless, let's not get intention confused with action and impact. So yes, I do acknowledge you all for being here and in attendance, and that's all a great start. But are you present? What were you hoping to happen here? To gain? To learn? To do moving forward? Why are you here? I don't want to have to speak at another event. I don't want to have another event. Why do our people keep continuing to organize these events? This should not even happen for us. This is so normal for us that this almost feels like a social gathering sometimes. And that's just fucking sad. And that's just real sad, right? Shout out to my boss, Twee. I actually wore this Aliyah today because my boss, Twee Fam, Mama Doot Foods, she actually got this for me, and we couldn't wear it because of the snow and everything like that, you know. So I wanted to come out here and represent, and thank you so much. Yes. So nervous, you guys. This is, But anyways, not to question you all, but wouldn't you question a stranger's intentions who's knocking on your front door? Please understand, it would be silly for me to allow you comfortability into my home without first trusting that you wouldn't make it a mess, wouldn't it? But I know why I'm here, and I'll tell you straight up and in full transparency and vulnerability. I actually wasn't planning on speaking at this event. At first, I wasn't even planning to attend this event, to be honest. The morning of Wednesday, March 17th, my friend Rebby, shout out to Rebby and everyone who organized this event. My friend Rebby asked me to attend and to speak at this event. I read it and unread it, sorry. I told her that I would get back to her, knowing that I would be working in this day and time. So thank you, Tui, for your time, your efforts, and just showing up today and doing more than you have to do for this community. And so the afternoon on that same day, Wednesday, March 17th, in what seemed like a blink of an eye, I was called an ugly-ass chink and to go back to where I came from. And I don't need your sympathy. That experience almost was like the universe was like, bitch, of course you're gonna speak. I've been quiet for too long. This is just how my parents raised me, meek, quiet, and it's not their fault. I was raised in a very abusive home, and I really don't think that's their fault. I think they tried their best in what they could do in this very oppressive country. So anyways, it didn't really bother me at first, but because I know who I am, right? I know what I stand for. But at first it didn't bother me. And then my body started to feel numb, anxious, much like the past couple of weeks, every single day. I walk in anxiety. I'm afraid to leave the house. Just that I don't want to be that next hashtag. I don't want that for any one of you, for any one of us who assemble here and are speaking up for our rights to be a human being. I felt anxious, so I took the time to be present and listen to my body, and when I did listen to it and reflected on this and really reflected on this experience, I started to cry. I didn't cry because he thought of me ugly, a chink, or to assume that I don't belong here, but because ugliness and hatred was his first way of introducing himself to me. I don't blame him or see him as any less for what he said, but what I did see was a mirror. And if you look close enough, past the blinding glare on that mirror, you can see a big fat sticker slapped on the corner that reads, "Made in the USA." That system played him, that black man. I cried because I was once that person, holding up that same mirror of ugliness and hatred towards my people, others, and for most of my life. And if you know me today, you might be surprised to hear that, because you know I got nothing but love for you, and that's all of you who are here today. But I do have faith in change. I do have faith in liberation. You cannot expect healthy decisions from atrophied minds. And like all muscles, they must be exercised and rehabilitated. To change a behavior isn't quickly gratified. It must be a daily practice. And this nation is sick. This colonized nation is sick, and it has been sick for a very long time. But anyways, to change a nation, its people must start with the decolonization of our own minds, to build our own community infrastructures and economies, free and independent from the systems that oppress us. The solution to pollution is dilution. White folks got us in this mess, and you cannot fix the same issue with the same brain and system that got us here in the first place. It is not up to them. It is up to us. They will continue to not listen to us. They will continue to do their banter. They will continue to not care. And unfortunately, you can't make them if they don't want to change that. The grievance and the pain that comes with the liberation of the identities of both mine and all of my loved ones is not a trend to me. So I don't care about the hashtags. I don't care about the posts, the stories, from allies or y'all who are angry at who y'all thought were allies. I don't need the allyship. If it's limited to social media, I don't want it. We don't need allyship. We need leadership here in this community. You only have to be what I can believe. This is Twee's daughter, Kinsley. Like my little sister. This is scary. You want to stand here? You want to hold this? Thank you. Oh, this one's on the You only have to be one step ahead of someone to lead them. So please, build your communities up. Build yourselves up. Connect with one another. Introduce yourselves to each other. If you don't know a single face in here, you better get to introducing and meet somebody, because all of you that are still here today, there's a purpose for that, and I don't want that to go dismissed. So in this constant living of liberation and finding our own identities and moving and wavering into this world, I don't want you to forget you. You as an individual have more power than you think that you do. I don't even need my notes anymore. This is just straight up from the heart. I actually stayed up till 7 a.m. writing that, and nothing could comprehend the fear, the hatred, and just the evil in this world. So I don't want you to forget you. Don't forget who your friends are. Hold them accountable. Because in all of our liberations, I hope that you do include me. My name is Lisa Chim. I am a first-generation Vietnamese and Chinese person here, born on 82nd and Powell in white Portland. I am exactly where I need to be. I was born here, and you all are exactly where you need to be. I hope you do your due diligence and become a better person every single day. I often ask myself, how can we as a community do better?
We needed a whistle for that.
No justice? No peace. Fuck these No justice? No peace. No justice? No peace. Fuck these
There, they got a civilian car blocking the gate down there.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3.
Scott the Third! Marvin Scott the Third!
Who is this? It's me!
Marvin Scott the Third! Marvin Scott the Third! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace!
Undercover car, license plate NCG 8167.
Now! Justice! Now! What do we want? Justice! Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! Marvin Scott the Third! Marvin Scott the Third! Marvin Scott the Third! Marvin Scott the Third!
I'm from my mother, but I'm currently located at this protest in McKinney.
When do we want it? Now! Arrest who? The Collin County 7! Arrest who? Collin County 7! Arrest who? Collin County 7! When? Now! 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 Arrest who? Collin County 7! Arrest who? Collin County 7! Arrest who? Collin County 7! When? Now! When?
You're also from your mother. What a coincidence.
When? Now! When?
Maybe we met each other.
When? Now! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third! Third name!
Fluffernutter? Who said anything about Fluffernutter?
No peace!
I don't know who that is.
No peace! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third!
Isn't a Fluffernator like a type of sandwich?
Scott the Third! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! Arrest who? The Collin County 7! Arrest who?
They're already staging a sheriff.
Collin County 7! Arrest who? Collin County 7! When? Now! When? Now! When? Now! When?
I really gotta pee.
Now! When? Now! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! Third name! Marvin Scott the Third! Arrest who?
Well, nobody said anything about Fluffernutter.
The Collin County 7! Arrest who? The Collin County 7! When? Now! 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 When? When? Now! Stop, y'all. Right here. We can't go in the gate, but we can get in front. When? Now! 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 Arrest who? The Collin County 7! Arrest who? The Collin County 7! When? Now! When? Now! When? Now! When?
Single sheriff.
When? Now! When? Now! When? Now! When? Now! When? Now! Arrest who? The Collin County 7! 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 When? Now! 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 First name! Marvin Scott the Third! First name! Marvin Scott the Third! First name! Marvin Scott the Third! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! No justice? No peace! No justice? No peace! No justice? No peace! No justice? No peace! Arrest who? Collin County 7!
I'll be back on Twitch soon enough.
Collin County 7! Arrest who? The Collin County 7! When? Now! 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 Thursday! Marvin Scott the Third! Thursday! Marvin Scott the Third! Thursday! Marvin Scott the Third! Marvin Scott the Third! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice!
this guy's head to block the light.
Arrest 2. Arrest 2. Arrest 2. Arrest 2. Arrest 2. Win! 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 Arrest 2. I don't think y'all hear y'all. Arrest 2. Arrest 2. Arrest 2. Win! 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 Arrest 2. Arrest 2. Win! 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 Thursday! Thursday! Say it louder! Say it louder!
Yeah, let me just block out the light entirely.
Say it louder! Arrest 2. Arrest 2. Win! 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 Whose lives matter? Whose lives matter?
Those are some bright
Show me what community looks like. This is what community looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what the fight looks like. This is what the fight looks like. Show me what a family looks like. This is what a family looks like. Show me what a movement looks like. This is what a movement looks like. Give me a B. B, I got your B, I got your B. Give me an L. L, I got your L, I got your L. Give me people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Y'all Dominique's over here struggling. Say his name! Marvin Scott III.
That W is supposed to be an E.
Marvin Scott III. We need to say it loud to remind these people that Marvin was a son. Say his name! Marvin Scott III. Say his name! Marvin Scott III.
I just completely screwed up.
Say it loud so they know that Martin was a brother. Marvin was a brother. Sorry, I don't know. Say his name! Marvin Scott III. Say his name! Marvin Scott III. Say it loud so they know that Marvin was a friend. Say his name! Marvin Scott III. Say his name! Marvin Scott III. Say his name so they know that Marvin was
All
an
right.
uncle.
Should be updated now.
Say his name! Marvin Scott III. Say his name! Marvin Scott III. Arrest the who? Collin County 7. Arrest the who? Collin County 7. When? Now. When?
I'll be back on Twitch eventually.
Say his name!
And I'll probably stream to both Twitch and YouTube from here on out.
Marvin Scott III. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Fuck these red stars, holy. Fuck 12. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Fuck these red stars, holy. Fuck 12. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. We don't get it, shut it down. We don't get it, shut it down. If Marvin doesn't get it, shut it down. If Marvin doesn't get it, shut it down. Say his name. Say his name. Marvin Scott III. Say his name. Marvin Scott III. Say his name. Marvin Scott III. Say his name.
I didn't leave Twitch. I'll be back.
Collin County 7. Arrest the who? Collin County 7. When? Now. When? Now. When? Now. When? Now. When? Now. When?
I guess you could say I kicked the hornet's nest and got stung.
Arrest the who? Collin County 7. Arrest the who? Collin County 7. When? Now. When? Now. When? Now. When? Now. Whose lives matter? Whose lives matter? Whose lives matter?
Where in McKinney? We're at the Collin County Jail.
Black lives matter. These red skies are gonna go.
When are they going to start burning shit down? Well, I guess you'll just have to stick around and find out.
These red skies.
By the way, railroading is generally frowned upon in every Dungeons & Dragons game ever, so please never Dungeon Master a game.
Brick by brick, wall by wall, we will make the system fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall, we will make the system fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall, we will make the system fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall, we will make the system fall.
When did Chuds come up with better jokes? There were a few good jokes. They came into the chat and were like, you look like a great value, Chris Farley. I thought that was pretty clever. We got people searching the roof. I'm gonna have to pee eventually, though. It's not a joke, that's a compliment. Instead of cocaine, I just eat shitloads of chicken tikka masala. What are they, pour testing? Nothing. But we are protesting the murder of Marvin Scott III, you can tell, because in the title of the stream it says, Marvin Scott III protest. Sarah says there's no way they'd be able to burn things down in Texas. I mean, if we really wanted to, I'm sure we could, but we're not about property destruction.
I don't know what you heard about me, but I'm a sailor in another fucking street. And you know home. I don't know what you heard about me, but I'm a sailor in another fucking street. You know justice, no peace, and
We shall see. You seem very eager to see BLM burn stuff down. Have you ever gone to therapy to try and get in touch with why you want to see such wanton destruction? And or why you consider property more valuable than a human life? Also, I think Sonny was the better of the duo. Cher ain't shit.
That's how you do it. Say his name! Marvin Scott III! 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 Arrest the who? Raleigh County 7!
I'm sure we'll decorate the fence eventually.
Arrest the who? Raleigh County 7! 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 What? What? Now! What? Now! What? Now! While we're protesting right here, bring everything that we have that we're decorating these fences with and decorate these fences right here. These fences. Right here.
We're gonna decorate right here, yeah, yeah.
One letter per panel.
Decorate the fence.
U.
What's the difference between a MAGA Karen and a 3%er?
E, or start up here where y'all
Hold
can
on,
see all the
hold
light,
on.
where the light's shining.
I feel like this is a joke I should have come up with, but
Each panel.
shit, you got me.
Stuffed animals that we got. Start with the J here.
Fuck if I.
Number 4.
God damn it, shit's cat.
Start decorating this fence. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice!
We're far north McKinney, stopped by Buc-ee's on the way home. I'm originally from Dallas. I don't think Buc-ee's is on the way.
Y'all can come down
I do
here.
need to
They're
get
starting
gas,
down
so
here.
if there is Buc-ee's on the way, I'll
They're
stop.
starting down here. Say his name!
You want to see the summer of love?
What do we want?
Well, you don't get a summer of love by starting off saying, Texas is rolling their eyes. When does BLM start burning shit? Mm-hmm. We don't want to see destruction either. Specifically, the destruction of human life. We kind of want that to end. I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to ask.
The curve need to come down like this. J-U-N. Somebody get on that T right there. Right after this N. Yes.
I think they are using far more cups than they have.
Arrest him. Win.
You might wonder why we're going to this one specific tree. You see, the answer is I have to pee.
Age 33. Father of 3. Role model for at-risk youth. Fatally shot in the car.
Excessive force was used even after death.
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 Unarmed.
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 Say his name, Isaiah Lopez.
Say Isaiah Lopez.
Know his story.
Know his story.
Age 23.
Age 23.
Somebody's son.
Somebody's son.
He was murdered by sheriffs
He was murdered by sheriffs while in custody.
And a friendly reminder, whether you are a cop for San Jose State, for San Jose PD, or inside that jail right there, at the juvenile system, at the ranch, or at Elmwood, they don't give a fuck and they will kill you. Unarmed!
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 They also covered up as a suicide. Covered up as a suicide. Say her name, Jennifer Vasquez.
Jennifer Vasquez!
Know her story.
Know her story.
Age 24.
Age 44.
Somebody's only daughter.
Somebody's only daughter.
Somebody's only daughter.
Somebody's only daughter.
Case of mistaken identity.
Case of mistaken identity.
Fatally shot 37 times on Christmas Day.
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 Unarmed.
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 Say his name, Richard Look.
Richard Look.
Know his story.
Know his story.
Age 28.
Age 28.
Father. Tased to death.
Tased to death.
Unarmed.
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 Say his name, Daniel Pham.
Daniel Pham.
Know his story.
Know his story.
Age 27.
Age 27.
Somebody's son.
Somebody's son.
Suffering a mental health crisis.
Suffering a mental health crisis.
He was boxed in by police.
He was boxed
in by police. He was boxed in by police.
He was boxed in by police.
And fatally shot.
Fatally shot.
And fatally shot.
And fatally shot.
Unarmed.
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 Say her name, Big Tran.
Big Tran.
Know her story.
Know her story.
Age 25.
Age 25.
Mother of two.
Mother of two.
Killed in her kitchen.
Killed in her kitchen.
With her children present.
With her children present.
She was holding a vegetable peeler. Unarmed.
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 Say his name, Benjamin Corot. Benjamin Corot. Say his name, Benjamin Corot.
Benjamin Corot.
Know his story.
Know his story.
Age 22.
Age 22.
Soon to be father. Soon to be father. Still trying to rescue his friend.
Still trying to rescue his friend.
Murder trying to rescue his friend.
Murder trying to rescue his friend.
Unarmed.
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 Say his name, David Tovar.
David Tovar.
David Tovar.
David Tovar.
Shot 6 times?
I don't know.
20 times? Murdered by police.
Murdered by police.
In front of a community of children.
In front of a community of children.
Unarmed.
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 So there's another name that we have. There's another name that we have. His name is Otis Mitchell. And in 1991, Anthony Mata murdered him. He shot him 10 plus times. He mistaken a pair of sunglasses for a gun. And instead of arresting him or just trying to see what he has, they shot him 10 plus times in the back.
This is Mata?
Yes.
This is Mata.
The new police chief?
The new
Yes.
The
police
one in
chief.
charge?
The one they charge. The one they need to charge.
The one they need to charge.
For murder. For murder.
Murder.
It seems like you get promoted once you commit murder. That's what it seems like in this city.
Yep.
They award you for killing. They award you for killing. But what we're not going to do is sit around and not say anything. Out of all seriously, let's arrest the police. Out of all of the possible cases, Mata was the last. There's 5. And in this court, the proceeding that they have with other students, try and give members of to try and give their own opinion of who they thought the police chief. On every single group opinion, Mata was a loud person. No one, everyone who represented this city is struck out about who should be the next chief. No one wanted him. The city saw that, said, okay, great, that's exactly what we're going to say. They're disgusting. Mata is a murderer.
Mata is a murderer.
Mata is a murderer.
Mata is a murderer.
Fuck the police!
Fuck the police!
You know, coming out here and like saying all these names every single time, it's never easy. It never gets easier, and I don't think it ever will. But the sick part about it is that these cops probably didn't cost their lives. You know, sometimes I think, man, they come home and it's probably really hard for them. They, you know, like how can you like have these jobs like that? But honestly, I think they go home and they don't even think so. They go home and when they're out in the community, not wearing the MR badge, they can still murder people. You know? And the only way for us to change this is by what Sharon said earlier, being involved in policies and bills and mandating that this city has to change. And we'll be doing that every step of the way until the police, instead of they say, is abolished.
Abolished!
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 Fuck SJPD! Fuck SJPD!
Fuck Anthony Mata!
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 Fuck Anthony Mata! Alright guys, I'm gonna
Well, that R is a lot taller than anything I've ever seen, but petrochemicals are stored in the balls. Ah. I'll petrochemical you. What are you rambling about, old man? All right, Peppy, time to get you back in the nursing home.
It is live and direct. This is Shalita. Reporting the news. Can't say or don't say. Thank you for grabbing my tripod.
I didn't want you to leave it behind.
Well, yeah.
In 7 days, the resistance to the coup has swollen, swamping streets in the country's biggest city and beyond. Many today carried signs written in English, a bid to get their message to the outside world. The voices in this movement are many and varied. With the monks marched the workers, the activists, the students. They repeatedly called for an immediate return to democracy, a demand the country's generals are unlikely to grant. Siobhan Robbins, Sky News.
didn't get dropped off Twitch for doxing. I said your first name.
On the streets of Myanmar, turning out to protest has become a dice with death. But for young people, it's a risk they say they need to take. They fear for their education, their careers and their country. But these young protesters are vowing to do whatever it takes to protect them. Mazoe Ford.
This was the funeral of an ordinary young woman, transformed into a show of political defiance for these extraordinary times. Nyatwetwet Kine was one of countless thousands in Myanmar who came out to challenge the military's seizure of
power. 22-year-old Zen Koko Saw is fatally wounded. Next to him, a woman he'd met hours earlier at a protest. She'd told him to stay back, but he didn't.
A distraught mother grieves for her son. Security forces shot 17-year-old medical student Kandar Hain in the head on Sunday during anti-coup protests in Yangon. Citizen video shows police approaching his body. They beat up and arrested a young woman who was trying to help him. Later, video shows police dragging Kandar Hain's body away. He was one of scores killed on Sunday, the deadliest day since the military seized power on February 1st. Kandar Hain was an ethnic Chinese, a small minority among Myanmar's population.
New Tony Kitchen now, 2GB of Matandan video with the Kuro Happy. Now tell everyone, cannot be the generation in my Natal, Nama New Tonayama, the big Azani, generations in Yana, and happy dinner. Take Nixon, Arwatu Tanasi, selection of the body. Any season of the North Korea, the North terminate PD. No one attempted to make for the Darwapi, a lady Jama, Peter, all community, you know, need that PD. Song, Mr. Kuni, Iman Naima, Katonga, when we see the young one, dying out, see now. One again came on in there, you know, leave that song, leave you a canal in Fatima. Hey, girl, how long 10 minutes? No one. That's all. Leave you with our people. I don't think it's my end. The town doesn't have me. See, I'm not saying, see me, see me, jump also. Chimoy, Yama, Tonai, Taipama, Jasonga, Azani Africa, generation, Sinya, Diana, Idinao, Yangaso, Deputy, Kana, Sati, fully defeated way, all out, terminate PD, Yangaso, Karawabu, Leap you with Abu. Fatima, တော်ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ဒီအခုစီစဉ်နေမနက်ဒီဒီကသနာတည်ဒီဆုံးနေတာကကျွန်တော်ဆက်ပြီးတော့ဒီနေ့ခဏဟုတ်တော့ရတယ်ကြာလို့ပြောများတယ်
ကိုကြတော့ကန်းကြာကန်းနေအမှန်ပြု့မှာပုံပါ
ဓမ္မ
မဟုတ်ကန်းပုံလာမှာဘာလာလဲ
Those who have missed earlier, this is right in front of San Francisco City Hall.
ဒီတမျိုးအားလုံးဒီမှာဒီမှာလွတ်လပ်ရေးတရားမျှတရေးဒီမိုကရေစီရေးအတွက်တိုက်ပွဲဝင်နေကြတဲ့ပြည်ကောင်းများအားလုံးမြန်မာပြည်သူပြည်သားများအားလုံးနေရန်ကျင်းကွာပြီးတော့မှမိမိတို့ညုံမှန်းလိုလားတောင်းတတိုက်ပွဲဝင်နေကြတဲ့ဒီမိုကရေစီတိုက်ပွဲကြီးဘယ်ရနေရကင်းကင်းရှင်းရှင်းနဲ့အမြန်ဆုံးအောင်မြင်နိုင်ဖို့ကျွန်တော်ကနေပြီးတော့မှမတော်တော့ပြည်များကိုကြိုးပမ်းချင်းရောက်ပြီးတော့မှပြုလုပ်ပေးပါမယ်အားလုံးဒီလိုတည်နဲ့နားထောင်ကြပါယတံဒုဘဝတောယထာဒီဝဒတံတိဒီကနံယမိဇေဝမိအောင်တံသောရတံဒီဝမတံတိတောဒုက္ခံဒုပတိတောသောသဟောတံတိစီမတ္တဇတိဧဝမာရိကုဏုပေတံပရိဒန္တံမနောမဟိသရဏီယမထကုတလေနယန္တဒန္တံပရံပိတမေဇာသေဘောဝုသုသသုသုသသူဝဇောသတ္တမုဒ္ဒနာတိမာနိတန္တုတကောသသုပရောသအဘကိသောသတလဟုတဟောတိသန္တိန္ဒရိယောသနိပကောသအဘဂဘောကုလေသောနာနုပိသောနာသထုဒ္ဓမာစေကိစီယေနဝိညုပရိဥပဝရေယောသုခိနောဝသေမိနောဟွန်တုသဗ္ဗတတ္တဘုံတုသုခိတတ္တယေကေစီဘာနာဘုဒတိသာဝါသာဝရဝနဝတိတာဒီဃဝါယေဝမဟန္တံယတိမာရတကအနုကထုတာဒိဋ္ဌာဝါယေဝအရိဋ္ဌံယေဝဒုရေဝတံတိအဝိဒုရေဘုဒ္ဓဝတံဘဝေတိဝသဗ္ဗတတ္တဘုံတုသုခိတတ္တနာဘရောပရဏိကောပိထနာတိမညေထကတတိနာဒေစီယာရောဒနာပရိခတေယပညာပညာသာဒုက္ခမိစေယမာနယထာနိယဗုဒ္ဓမာယိကာယေကဗုဒ္ဓမနုရကေယေဝမိတဘပုရေတုမာနတံဘာဝေယပရိမာဏံမေတ္တေသာတဗ္ဗလောကသမေမာနတံဘာဝေယပရိမာဏံဘုဒ္ဓဒောသတိယေသအတ္တမာရအဝေရမတ္တပတ္တံေယံသာနိတိနောဝသေယနောယောတကဝိရမေတောဧတံတရယတိထေယပရမမေတံဝိဟာရမိဂမဟုဧကေသာနုပံကမသီလဝတ္တတိနသံတနောသာမေတုဝိယဒေနံနာယသောတုသဗ္ဗေကဘုနာရေတိဝါတုသဗ္ဗမင်္ဂလာရက္ခဏုသဗ္ဗဒေဝတာသဗ္ဗဗုဒ္ဓ ानु ဘာဝေနသရတုတိဘဝတုတိဝါတုသဗ္ဗမင်္ဂလာရက္ခဏုသဗ္ဗဒေဝတာသဗ္ဗဓမ္မာ ानु ဘာဝေနသရတုတိဘဝတုတိဝါတုသဗ္ဗမင်္ဂလာရက္ခဏုသဗ္ဗဒေဝတာသဗ္ဗဓမ္မာ ानु ဘာဝေနသရတုတိဘဝတုတိသာဓုသာဓုသာဓု အားလုံးကြောက်လာကြတဲ့ပြည်သူများမြန်မာပြည်ရဲ့ဒီမိုကရေစီရေးတော်ပုံမှာအသက်ပေးဆက်သွားရတဲ့သူရဲကောင်းများကိုအားလုံးအမြတ်ပေးဝေကြရအောင်ဓမ္မသားလျင်ဓမ္မဒီမိုကရေစီရေးအတွက်အသက်ပေးကြတဲ့သူရဲကောင်းများဆောင်းရသုတိဆောင်းရဘုံဘဝမှာဒီချမ်းသာဖြစ်နိုင်မှာဖြစ်ပါလေဒါကြောင့်မို့မိမိတို့ရဲ့အာယုံထဲမှာမိမိတို့ရဲ့စိတ်ထဲမှာစွဲထင်နေတဲ့သူရဲကောင်းတွေရဲ့ပုံရိပ်ကိုအာယုံပြုပြီးတော့မိမိတို့ပြုလုပ်ထားတဲ့ကုသိုလ်ကောင်းမှုတွေကိုလည်းပဲအာယုံပြုပြီးတော့မှအမျှဝေကြအောင်အားလုံးလိုက်ဆိုကြပါအရှင်ဘုရား
ရှင်ဘုရား
တတိတော်တို့သည်ငယ်စဉ်ဘဝမှစ၍ယနေ့ကြအောင်ပြုလုပ်စီးပူးခဲ့သမျှသောဒါနကုသိုလ်သီလကုသိုလ်ဝိပဿနာကုသိုလ်ကောင်းမှုအစုစုတို့ဤအဖို့ဘာကကိုမြန်မာပြည်ဒီမိုကရေစီရေး၌အသက်ပေးဆက်သွားခဲ့ကြရသောသူရဲကောင်းများအားအမြပေးဝေငှပါကုန်၏အားလုံးသောသူရဲကောင်းများနှင့်တကွာ32ဘုံကျင်လေကြကုန်သောတဝါအနန္တတို့သည်အကျွန်ုပ်တို့နှင့်ထပ်တူထမြအညီအမြရကြပါစေကုန်သတည်းအားလုံးကြာကြသမျှအမြယူတော်မူကြပါကုန်သောသာဓုအားလုံးကြာကြသမျှအမြယူတော်မူကြပါကုန်သောသာဓုအားလုံးကြာကြသမျှအမြယူတော်မူကြပါကုန်သောသာဓု
အမေရိကန်မြို့area ကိုမှရှိရတယ်ဘုန်းတော်ကြီးများအနေနဲ့သာဆုံးပြီးတော့အာဇာနည်များကိုကောင်းမှုပြုလို့မြတ်တမ်းများပြီးပြီးတဲ့နောက်ပိုင်းမှာဒီကပိုင်းနေနဲ့တရားရွတ်ဖတ်ပေးဖို့အတွက်အိတ်ယူပါဝင်ကိုဖိတ်ခေါ်ပါတယ်မအိတ်ယူပါဝင်ကိုဖိတ်ခေါ်
အခုရွတ်ဖတ်မဲ့ကြပြပါကိုစောတန်တော်သာမြေခါမိုင်းကိုဖိတ်တယ်ဒီအမမြင်တဲ့အာနာရှင်လက်သက်ပုံစိုက်တင်မြင်းပြတစ်ဖက်မြင်းမကောင်းရင်းကောင်းကိုဖတ်ခတ်တဲ့စီစံဦးကောင်းကိုဖက်ခတ်တဲ့စီစံဒီတို့ဆွဲတယ်မြေခဒီတို့တတ်တယ်ကျွေးကြရတဲ့စီစံဒီတို့တဲတယ်ကျွေးမွဒီတို့ပြည့်ရင်တွေ့တွေ့စီးကြ
ပြည်သူဘဝတွေမလုံခြုံကြရတော့တဲ့ကြည်စံအဲ့ဒီကြည်စံကြောင့်ပြေးတယ်ဗရမများရင်သွေးရတနာလေးများဟာကောင်းရင်ထက်ကကျဲပွင့်လေးများပမာတပွင့်ပြီးတပွင့်ကျွေးလွင့်ခဲ့ရတာကြောက်တော့တွေရင်နာတော့မစောင်းပါဘူးသားတဲ့အလောင်းသူ့ရဲကောင်းသမီးတဲ့အလောင်းသူ့ရဲကောင်းကိုပွက်ဖက်နှလုံးသေးဖို့ဦးကျွတ်မတက်ယူမရကြောင်းမရအပူလုံးကြွအဆောင်ရှုံးကြီးဆုံးရှုံးကြရတဲ့မိခင်ဖခင်တွေရဲ့ရင်ခွဲမတက်ငိုကြွဲတယ်အတလူပြေလောတနတ်တန်ကြားကထိုက်လက်အော်ဟစ်တယ်မိစ္ဆာနှင်းတယ်တန်ပေါင်းတီးတယ်မြစ်တာပို့တယ်ဆဲဆိုတယ်တောက်ပေါက်တယ်ကျေကွဲတယ်နာကြည့်မုန်းတီးမချစ်ကျင်ခဲ့တယ်စစ်ပနတ်တယ်ရိုက်လက်တယ်တနတ်ပြစ်တယ်ငိုကြီးတယ်ယောက်ျားမိန်းမထုံးနဝနဲ့ပြေးတယ်လွှားတယ်ပျော်လဲတယ်ကလေးငိုတယ်ခွေးဟောင်းတယ်သွေးမြင်နဲ့ရမ်းစိမ့်နဲ့မိကိုနဲ့စတဲ့ဒီအနက်ထာယုံတွေဟာနေဦးတော်လှန်ရေးကြီးမှာလေယူဝင်ရေခခဲ့ရတဲ့ရက်လူကြွေလေးများပမာရက်ဆက်လိုက်ကြတာရက်ဆက်တက်ဖြတ်နေလိုက်ကြတာပေခြင်းတရားဟာသင်္ခါရဆိုပေမဲ့ကြောက်တော့တယ်ရေနာရပါတယ်သင်္ခါရဟာအစင်ထောင်ရမဟုတ်ပါဘူးအတ္တမဟာလည်းကြာမခံပါဘူးအဝိဇ္ဇာအမောင်မိုက်ကိုတိုက်ခွင်းမဲ့ရောင်နေအလေးဟာနောင်ကြီးရဲမှာအောင်စီတဲ့တီးလို့အောင်နိုင်ရဲတဥမအောင်စိတ်ကိုရေမှာမွေးအောင်သွဲကိုရေမှာပိုက်အောင်ဘန်းကိုဦးထပ်တန်အောင်ရတော့လွှဲထူရင်ဖတ်တောင်းလေအောင်တာပေးຫນွေဦးတော်လာရဲမှာကျူးရလိုက်မယ်ဘာမချေဦးတယ်မအီတောင်းမှာကျေးဇူးများတင်ပါတယ်
Thank you ပါကျွန်တော်တို့စီဒီမိုင်းနဲ့ဆက်လက်ပြီးတော့ကျော်တော်ရဲ့ပြည်သက်များတဲ့ကနေပြီးတော့ဒီနေ့ဒီတော်လိုင်းနေဒီနေ့ခံစားချက်လေးကိုပြောကြပေးမယ်ချီတွင်ဝင်းကိုဖိတ်ခေါ်ပါတယ်မချီတွင်ဝင်းThank you ပါ
My name is Gigi Dwinwin. I'm a physician from Sonora, gateway of Yosemite. ကျမဗမာလိုပြောတတ်ပါတယ်ဒီနိုင်ငံရောက်တာအသက်14နှစ်ကရောက်တယ်အဲ့တော့ English လိုပြောတာပိုပြီးတော့တန်တယ် So English လိုပြောတာခွင့်လွှတ်ပါI came to US at age 14. I read Burmese. I speak Burmese. I taught Burmese dance in Los Angeles for 10 years. I am a Burmese with a capital B. But yet my Burmese is inadequate to express deeper thoughts. So please excuse me that I'll be speaking in English for the remainder of this talk. Today, I bring to you the voices of the past, the ghost speaking today. My mother, Dome Chitwin, was a political leader. I call her the political agitator. And she was active in the 70s. As surveillance on our family intensified, we feared for our safety and immigrated to U.S. where my father had received his education. My mother, Dome Chitwe, worked with Bojo Ausa, worked with Bojo Newing in the revolution. The same revolution that we're celebrating today. She received an award, a medal called Mo Gwin Win Datia for her role as an army nurse. In the early 70s, many of the leaders, including my mother, started noting that there is departure of ideology in Bojo Newing's regime. She was a talented writer and a charismatic speaker. She wrote inflammatory articles in magazines, especially in women magazines. After immigration to the United States, she would often travel to Mae Sot, Thailand, and speak to KNU in the jungle. In Los Angeles, she developed Burma Association to a thriving community. And when 88 resistance happened, a number of the refugees came to Los Angeles, and I think she helped like a couple of hundred students. I taught Burmese classical dance there in Los Angeles and choreographed annual culture shows for about 10 years. Dorothy Chitwin died in 1992. If she was alive, she would be all over Twitter and Facebook and leading marches. She would have been very proud of this current generation. She would have been shouting slogans with you. She would have been walking the streets with you. And she would have shed tears with you. People in Burma leave their homes every day to protest. I will tell you that today, this morning, I left Sonora, drove to Modesto, rode the train and came here, and I know that my life is going to be safe. But people in Burma leave their homes every day to protest and risk their lives. I am proud of the heroes who gave their lives for the resistance. The voices of the past revolutionaries, the generation of the 70s, like Dome Chitwe, the generation of 8888, say, Ayerobo Aoyami. And I will tell you, this is it. This is it. There is no other choice. This is the last resistance. There is not going to be another resistant generation like the 70s and the 80s, because this will be the end. There will be victory. And I am telling you that the voices of the past, the ghost of the past, the generation of the 70s resistance, and the generation of the 888 resistance say, this is the final one. I again say the final generation of resistance is here. And it is because Ayerobo Aoyami. One more time. Ayerobo Aoyami. One more time. Ayerobo Aoyami. Thank you so much. My name is Ji Gwin.
Thank you, much appreciated. ကျွန်တော်ဓာပြအစီအစဉ်လေးတစ်ခုကျွန်တော်ဆောင်ရွက်ချင်ပါတယ်။အဲ့ဒါတော့အားလုံးစုပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့မြတ်တမ်းတပ်ပုံလေးရိုက်ဖို့ဖြစ်ပါတယ်။ကြောင်းတဲ့မိမိလေးတိုင်ပြီးတော့ရှင်းတော့တက်တဲ့ကျွန်တော်အားလုံးခန္ဓာစီစဉ်တော့ဆိုစီစဉ်ထားတာလေးကိုကျွန်တော်ဆက်လက်ဆောင်ရွက်ပေးစီလို့ရတယ်။ခန္ဓာစီစဉ်လေးကတော့မပြီးသေးပါဘူး။ခန္ဓာစီစဉ်မပြီးသေးပါဘူးခင်ဗျာ။ကျွန်တော်ဓာပြအစီအစဉ်လေးပါ။ဘာလို့ကျွန်တော်မှတ်တမ်းတပ်ပုံလေးမှတ်တမ်းတပ်ပုံလေးနဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ ယူပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ပြည်တွင်းပြည်ပကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ပြနိုင်အောင်ပါဒီနေ့ခန္ဓာပြည်မှာကျွန်တော်တို့
အဲ့ဒီရှေ့သားမှာနော်ကိုဘက်ကနောက်နည်းနည်းဆုပ်နောက်လေးနည်းနည်းဆုပ်
မြန်မာလူဦးတော်လိုင်းတိုက်ပွဲမှာကြာဆုံးသွားကြတဲ့
ကိုဘက်ကမျက်နှာတက်နော်စီတီဟော
အာဇာနည်
yes
မျိုးစစ်တွေလူငယ် generation ကြီးများတဲ့တိုင်းသားပြည်သူတွေတရားလုံးမိသားဖို့သူတောင်းတဲ့စီစဉ်မှာကျွန်တော်ဘာသာအားလုံးကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ကြားထားပြီးပဲကျွန်တော်ဆရာတော်တန်ဃာတော်များစွာကြွရောက်နေပါလေကျန်တဲ့၃ပါးကတော့မကြွရောက်နိုင်တဲ့အတွက်ကျွန်တော်ဒီနေရာနေပြီးတော့အားလုံးကိုပြီးပေးလို့ပါလေ
Thank you ပါ
အားလုံးများအရောက်ထိတိုင်းဟိုသမီးတို့ခဏထားခဲ့
ပြီးလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ခန္ဓာစီစဉ်လေးကိုဆက်လက်ပြီးတော့
ခန္ဓာစီစဉ်
လေးကျင်းပပါဦးမယ်
ကျွန်တော်အားလုံးပါဝင်တဲ့မှတ်တမ်းတစ်ပုံလေးကျွန်တော်မျိုးတော်ခန္ဓာကိုနောက်ခံထားပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့
Thank you ပါ
ဒီမှာရှိနေနေတဲ့သမီးလေးတို့အဲ့ဒါလေးကိုခဏထားထားတယ်အားလုံးပါဝင်တယ်လို့ပါတယ်ဟုတ်
ကိုဆိုင်တောင်းနဲ့ကြိုင်လာကိုပြည့်နေပြီ
ဒီကင်မရာလေးရှင်းနေပြီအားလုံး
ဟုတ်ပါ
ရဲ့အဲ့ရှေ့ရနေပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ရိုက်တာလေအားလုံးရိုက်နေတဲ့နေရာမှာဝင်ပြီးရိုက်လိုက်တာပိုအဆင်ပြေပါလေ
အားလုံးထဲဝင်ပြီပါကျွန်တော်ဒီမှာရိုက်မယ်နော်အားလုံးအနောက်မှာဒီနားလေးမှာစုပေးကွဲနေပြီးတော့အနီရောင်နော်
ဒီအလေကောင်တဲ့ထွတ်တောင်းကနားမှာကျွန်တော်တို့လူမရှိဘူးဖြစ်နေတယ်နည်းနည်းလေးစုပေးပါ
တောင်းကြအောင်မရလုံးဖို့ပါ
အားလုံးစုပေးပါခင်ဗျာကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်
Alright အားလုံးပဲဒီကင်မရာကိုကြည့်ပေးပါအခုလေကားပေါ်တက်မဲ့ကင်မရာကိုကြည့်ပေးပါ
ဒီစီတီဗီ
နည်းနည်းလေး
ဒီစီတီဗီကျွန်တော်တို့ဆက်လက်ဆောင်ရွက်မှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်စိတ်အားနာခြင်းစနစ်ကြဆိုရင်စနစ်ကကျန်းဖဲအုပ်စုချိန်မွန်2021ခုနှစ်မနူတော်နိုင်မှာအသက်ပေးသွားကြတဲ့မျိုးသက်တဲ့ generation ကြီးများနဲ့တော့တိုင်းလာဒီဒီများကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီနေရာနဲ့အဆုံးသတ်အောင်ဝယ်ရတဲ့ဒီကျွန်တော်တို့ဆက်လက်တိုက်ပွဲဝင်သွားမှာဖြစ်တဲ့ကြောင့်တန်ဋိဌာန်ပြင်းနေကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီပြောင်းကန်မိသောစုတောင်းပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့တိုက်ပွဲကိုဆက်လက်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကြီးတက်သွားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
နောက်ဆုံးတစ်ပုံရိုက်မယ်နောက်နည်းနည်းလေးဆုပ်ပြီးရိုက်ပြီးသွားရင်တန်းပြလို့ရပြီနော်ခဏလေးနေပြီးပါကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်
ဆက်လက်ဆောင်ရွက်ပါမယ်
Yeah, it's getting really cold. Yeah. When is your turn, Thomas?
ဆက်လက်ပြီးတော့ဆင်းရောက်လာကြတဲ့ဒီအားတွေကနေပြီးတော့မိမိတို့ဒီနွေးခံစားချက်လေးတွေကိုပြောကြားပေးဖို့အစီအစဉ်ပါမမြတ်မြတ်လာမမြတ်ရေကိုလူမင်းရဲ့အမမြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာရုပ်ရှင်ရုပ်ဆောင်အကယ်ဒမီကိုလူမင်းရဲ့အမမြတ်မြတ်လာမပါသေးဘူးဖိတ်ခေါ်ပါလေမမြတ်ရေကျွန်တော်တို့လူတွေနေရာနည်းနည်းညီကိုတို့နေရာလေးနည်းနည်းပြန်ယူပေးပါ
I'm sorry, guys. Looks like my phone is dying. It's been almost an hour and my phone is dying now. I'm gonna have to stop right now.
မမြတ်အေးဟောလာလေအမဟုတ်ကဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာတော့အင်္ဂလန်တို့သားတွေရုပ်ရှင်ကြည့်တော့အကယ်ဒမီကိုလူမင်းရဲ့အမ
I've been using my data like over an hour, so my phone is dying. So I'm gonna have to stop. No. I'm sharing this for the friends. Thank you.
အခုကြောရောက်လာကြတယ်ဘေးဧရိယာမှာရှိကြတယ်တိုင်းရင်းသားညီကိုမောင်နှမ
Okay.
မိတ်ဆွေ
So since it's really dying, I'm gonna be stopping. Thank you,
ဒီလို
guys.
လေးဆန်းချမ်းနဲ့ဒီလိုချိန်မှာ
Yeah,
ဗမာပြည်အတွက်တစ်ဖက်တစ်လမ်းကနေပြီးတော့
because I just really enjoyed like the really heavy flavor. I remember in high school, like Kool-Aid first introduced like the powdered stuff you can put in the water. And I was in band once, and I decided that I wanted to try to snort it like cocaine for some reason. And every time that I sucked back snot, it tasted like cherry for the rest of the day. Handles to pull you down, love. Cher, are you coming on tonight? Or did you want me to come on you? You're right, Cher. Why be Cher McLean when you could be Cher McLove? Cher Love. With a name like Cher Love, you're gonna have to be a swinger, though. You really don't get a choice. So where are you from, Cher? Am I profiling you? Well, your name is Cher Love. You gotta share it. What are you gonna do? Keep that love all for yourself?
So everybody kind of starts to learn after about April 10th, and we'll get information out about it, okay?
What makes you think that you're not a swinger? I mean, statistically speaking, you're not. But if you are, hit me up.
Y'all can start posting it. It'll be a flyer out.
It's been a while since I've had a good threesome.
I'm all like, I don't know how to feel about this.
Tonight you are, but you're done 3 minutes into. You're a swinger tonight, but you're done after 3 minutes? Or did I just misread that sentence because you're high? Barb, JT, Shiz, you're witnessing real love here. You must read. I must read what? I read a lot. I swear. Especially Leninist Trotsky machination.